As a disclaimer, Monster Fuckers Anonymous is indeed about wanting to love and have sex with monsters, but we want to make things extremely clear from the get-go. Not all of the chosen monsters will be sapient, but we will not be endorsing zoophilia or bestiality. We will be as transparent and ethical as possible, while also sex positive and mostly having fun.
Vampires that stalk in the night, werewolves that howl to the moon, dragons that loom over the skies. These monsters and more have plagued mortals for millennia, clouding our minds with one singular thought.
Can we fuck 'em?
Fiction or reality, which one should we be? Don't think that I'm that naive to see the fiction or reality of things you've done to me. Now all this stupid shit is on repeat.
Hello, and welcome back to another stupendous, wonderful, returning episode of MFA, aka Monster Fuckers Anonymous, a show where we talk about monsters, talk about their lore, talk about their media representation, and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, whether or not you, happy and excited to be back in the monster fucking chair, should be having sex with those monsters. I am your colorful creature consulting cleric, and with me, as always, is the stupendous, tenacious troubadour of technical analysts, Joe.
The monster fucking electric chair.
What the fuck? Every time you get horny, it shocks you.
No, you die.
You die? You just straight up die from it?
Yeah. That's what an electric chair is. Idiot. Stupid.
Don't call me stupid, because I tried to make it better. You can't call me stupid. I'm trying to make it better.
A true, tried and true welcome back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm actually very excited to start recording again and getting back to what we were supposed to be doing. We were goofing off for a while, but now we're back because, quotas and things of that sort. Anyways, speaking of that, I think you also heard her laughing. And joining us today, unexpectedly, is another member of the team. You know her, you love her, and if you don't, get with the fucking times, Gwen.
Hi, hello. I just thought that I can sit in and, offer some insights today and, we'll just see where things go. How about that?
All right. I mean, you forced yourself in here, so...
I have a problem with authority.
That's all right. That'll change.
Anyways, yeah, so the three of us are going to be chilling, talking about monsters. We're back in the chairs, doing what we got to do. And Joe, I have a question for you. What are we talking about today?
So here's the thing.
What do you
sometimes you take a stroll on the street and it's dark and you are absolutely following sort of this conspiracy that maybe all birds are fake and what is real is the God inside of everyone. And in that reason, I don't know what the topic is.
All that for fucking nothing. All right, whatever.
Interesting.
I don't got a topic either. So Gwen, you want to choose something?
Okay, yeah. I figured you suckers would need something. So why don't we talk about bloodsuckers? How about we talk about vampires today? We're finally doing. How many episodes have we haven't talked about vampires on this show?
Listen. We were getting around to it eventually. It was coming up. I mean, 41 episodes. And
41 episodes.
And
vampires suck. Okay.
I'll be real. I like I'm a more a werewolf fan than I'm a vampires. I think vampires are interesting, but I also I feel they are pretentious.
I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
I also want to state it outright for everyone listening, just in case you think we're going to talk about it. Strahd's not coming on this show because I fucking hate Strahd. I think Strahd's a bad. He would get a 0 out of 10. So for all of you listening, and you're like, I wonder if they'll talk about Strahd. Maybe one day, but know that he's going to rank low.
We've already talked about incels before on this show. We don't need another one.
Facts. So, Joe, what is your relationship with vampires?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I storytell sometimes. Maybe I do facilitation of a show. that you don't watch and don't know anything about, which
That's
is
true.
fine.
That's true. I don't watch a single thing you make. Yeah.
But like the thing that makes character interactions fun to me in my mind, especially if you're like rooting some things in like real life, is characters being able to touch each other and be warm and be able to have sex with each other and like blush and like eat food and like all of those wonderful majesties. And like you can't describe like any of that when you are a vampire. And like, I don't know. Obviously it's supposed to be like undead and like there's like inherently so much history that comes with vampires, especially if we're talking about Vampire the Masquerade lore. But like monsters can be like warm and like alive and so many other things and like don't die being touched by the sun or fire, which are also really cool.
Is it? I mean, I know a lot of us are perpetual night owls, so this wouldn't really be a big affect, but I don't feel like I used that word right, whatever.
I think that you and I, well, I don't know about you, but like I think for me, or in Cass at the very least, being a vampire would probably be like advantageous to some degree, but like we would be wasting it.
Yeah, you just literally use it to do all-nighters.
To sit inside.
Yeah.
How about you, Gwen? What are your feelings on vampires?
It's funny that you mentioned vampires versus werewolves because on one end of the spectrum, I think generally speaking, vampires are very boring monsters.
Let's go.
And on the other end of the spectrum, I think werewolves are a little too much for me.
Okay.
Not too much in terms of like they're too monstrous. That's just too much of a dog to me. So I like weirder stuff. So I don't know, but.
What is your happy medium then? You know, you're saying 1 to 2. Where's your happy medium here?
Vampires that can turn into wolves.
We'll get into that.
Shout out Alucard.
Honestly, my happy medium is going off the chart. If you've got wings or scales, I'm probably into that.
Valid. And that's why you're on the show. Da 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 da. Well, now that we vamped for a little bit, I think it's time for us to get
jokes.
It was
jokes.
a good joke.
You have jokes.
Joe, if you ever interrupt me again, I'm gonna
What? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Say it directly to the microphone, please.
I'm gonna kick you right in the fucking chest when I see you in October.
The Chex Mix?
The Chex Mix. I'm gonna kick you right into your Chex Mix that I know you keep in your fucking stomach pouch.
I believe it's your turn to be first.
I haven't even done the part of the episode I have to do.
Okay, then do it.
Fucking Christ almighty. What the fuck are we doing?
Christ can't be here for this episode.
So, as you all know, Joe is about a vampire, I've brought a vampire, Gwen is about a vampire, and we're going to see which one of our vampires is going to come out on top from our patent pending, totally not bad scale, the Popo scale. Anyways, as Joe has already said, I'm starting off this episode. If everyone has any objections to that.
No, it's whatever.
With no objections, it's time for us to dive into this episode with the monster that I've picked, the vampire that I think is super hot, that everyone is simping for recently, and that's from Castlevania Nocturne, Olrox. Shrewd, intelligent, and rebellious, Olrox has no illusions to who he is. Hailing from the Aztec Empire, he has seen the rise and fall of empires and the falsehood of gods. Olrox is unlike his kin, as he does not share an outright hatred for humanity, even choosing to share a bed or two with them. But make no mistake, this dragon bows to no one. Olrox. He's sexy.
He is.
Cannot deny that.
Absolutely.
He is just outright sexy.
He's like if a man were a woman, you know?
Yes. Just objectively hot.
He's objectively hot. Like he's the type of hot that anyone walking down the street will do a double take and be like, damn, maybe. Like there's no illusions there. And he's just hot. He's got that little smarmy little smirk that he does. And you see a little fang there. Oh, Oh.
Yeah, like he's the guy that like you not only think about in terms of like if I had to cheat on my wife, or if like my wife would, or whoever gave me a ticket to like commit adultery,
Hall
there's the hall pass, no consideration, just doing it, just committing adultery, going straight to the divorce.
Why is that the scenario you cocked up here? I'll be right here.
Who do you think I am?
You look like a blueberry right now. So
what do you think this is?
You look like Viola from Willy Wonka.
I am.
Sometimes the adultery makes it spicier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes getting cucked, you know, brings a little spice to life. You need a bowl, and he is a bowl. Man's has an ass for days. You see the ass in the show. It's like fucking firm. So, background information for everybody to know. Olrox is not an original character to Castlevania. I haven't played the games, and for any of you hardcore Castlevania fans who are like, the show isn't like the games, I'm getting upset. Shut up. Anyways, Olrox is originally a minor antagonist in the game series. In the game series, he doesn't really have a personality. He really doesn't have anything that's too...
he's bald.
Yeah, he's just bald. He's bald and he transforms. That's his main thing. He's also in a novel from Castlevania. In there, it goes more into his motivations, which does influence who he is in the show, which I think is super interesting. Because Olrox, like I said, doesn't have an outright hatred for humanity. Unlike other vampires who in the show who like look down on humanity, want to treat them as cattle, have their basically like food for thought or something like that. Olrox actively chooses to interact with humanity because he's curious. I think the best way to describe it is written down like that. He has a thirst for knowledge. That is what he finds humans so curious as to what they can do. Like, why are they know their lives are fleeting. Why do they do these things? Why do they invent? Why do they love? Why do they do all these stuff? Because they're gonna die and they're weak and babies. So why the fuck are you doing it? That's so cool. And he wants to be like, investigates that. Mostly like, it's like a scientist like looking down on ants being like, damn ants, why the fuck are you holding that shit? That's cool.
Yeah, what you're describing is somebody who looks at humans like they're lab rats is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, basically. And so less lab rats in the sense that he wants to interact with them, because in both in the books and in the show, he actively hangs out with humans. Like he makes no illusion to like, you are beneath me, but don't get me wrong, you're kind of cool. I mean, he blows the back out of that fucking priest real quick. He's like, he goes up to the priest and is just like, hey, I had a dead lover once. You remind me of him. Get that ass over here. And then just fucking plows the shit. 2 scenes later, I shit you not, in the show, it's literally 2 scenes.
I don't think he's the one plowing.
You think he's the bottom?
Really?
Yes.
I think he's a power bottom.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty much...
Interesting.
Because I think that he, as I've stated, the dragon bounds to no one. And then that counts for both him and his dick.
He prefers his blood blue. He's off of nobility, especially all of the French Revolution. Well, specifically during that time, all of the nobles are vampires or have some kind of relation. And that is great to me. Like he very strongly holds his morals as far as he can when it comes to the very hedonistic cult, vampire cult that's happening.
Yeah. Like I said, he enjoys humanity. He aids humanity. He even aids Richter, who he hates. He hates the Belmonts because, you know, they killed his other lover. So he actively hates the Belmonts, but understands that, listen, if she gets her way, the Balthor gets her way, this shit's gonna suck. No. And even helps, spoilers for the show. I think, I should have said that at the top of the round here. Spoilers for the show. He even saves the life of, I forget his name, but Mizrak. When he's about to get like eaten by the vampires, he's like, no, I saved your life. You're mine now. Kind of, don't worry, I love you. Kind of thing. Like, oh no, he doesn't say I love you. He's like, I like you. Like, I care for you. So he does have, he's not divorced from his emotions like others are. And I think that's hot. Thoughts?
I think we're riding a line here of where we are not quite at what the fuck is her name?
Camilla?
The white redhead. You know who I'm talking about from season 2. We're not quite at Lenora where it's just like you're a pet to me, but we're also not quite as we're not at we are equals.
Yeah, we're not at Dracula. Dracula was like, that's my wife, baby.
we're like straddling, we're kind of right in the middle with this guy.
Yeah. He's like, you entertain me and I care about you, but at the end of the day, you're gonna die. Might as well blow each other's backs out while we got the time.
Well, it's not that you're gonna die, it's that I am superior to you.
So
at the end of the day,
I mean, yeah, he could transform into a fucking dragon.
That is sick.
And he's one of the few vampires that studies magic. He is like a magic user, because usually in the shows, a lot of vampires, a lot of powerful vampires have more of the special abilities that like normal vampires don't. A lot of normal vampires, they're just like suck your blood, powerful, fast, agile. And the more powerful you are and the longer you've lived, you can like turn into mist, you can transform, you can do things like that. He's one of the few that he can both transform his human his form, which is not something that's normally done besides like the more powerful vampires. But 2, he regularly uses magic. He is a magic user, which is very rare in the vampire world, which makes him even more powerful than others.
Damn, sounds like he is that bitch. So
he is, and he's fashionable. He's wearing purple. He's dressed out with fucking his earrings, like with the emeralds on it. Oh my god! And he's Latino. It's amazing for me exclusively.
Exclusively.
Here's a question I want to propose to everybody. Well, not propose. This is a question I want to bring to everybody that I need to ask. Vampires, they need humans to have sex because they need warm blood to get a penis up. You know what I'm saying?
Vampires are fucking each other in Castlevania. And like, who knows how exactly, but also like the fantasy of everything. Like, you don't have to read too much into it, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, because we're going by logic. Doesn't like vampires' blood like not flow? So
Right.
could they? So he has to be a bottom because he couldn't get it up. Unless he has magic.
Well, he has magic is the thing. And like also like vampire lore in every media is different and they don't like spell it out for you. I think there's a lot of things where they're just like, oh, just because. But like if we are going with that logic, he has magic and also he can bottom. So like
Viagra magic.
Did we have that in when is it set?
French Revolution.
Yeah.
There's definitely remedies and such.
Shellfish, crab.
You think oysters were enough to get a vampire erection going? I don't even think they could eat
how many oysters can you eat before you get a boner? Let's start getting the scientist on that.
I don't know. I love oysters. Probably not many for me, but like as a vampire, you can't eat oysters.
You can't?
You can't eat.
You can't eat.
There's no blood
What?
that like performs a digestive like procedure, whatever.
Oh, so that's why okay. That's weird. You should still be able. I feel like you should still be able to both eat and drink blood if you want to, but that's just me.
That is just you.
Anyways, is there any questions about Olrox? Any thoughts? Any feelings?
I mean, honestly, he fucks.
Very strong
Yeah.
feelings. I think the thing here, though, is how are we going about it? Like, are we going about it as like we are new fledglings, we have some worth or something, or we are people of fate in the Castlevania world?
Let's take it from we are people of fate. Let's bring ourselves to the situation here. Okay. What we'll do is anytime we have these vampires that are very exclusively to, or anytime we have a monster that's very exclusive to like a setting, we'll be in that setting. Let's take it from there. So if this would be French Revolution, 1800.
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother.
I mean, I'll do anything besides what the fuck is going on.
Castlevania version. I don't know. We'll go from there.
Yeah, I think I want to be with the vampire dragon, considering everything that's going on. I'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah, I don't really. We'll take it from there. But speaking of taking it there, we can try to jump into possibility of the Popo scale here. So, possibility if we were in the 1800, if we were in this situation, I'll be honest, not very high to meet. But when you can meet, there's a possibility he would fuck you if you're a gay priest.
No, yeah. Why isn't the possibility high for you? Because my thought is, if you're a little freak, he's going to be super interested.
I think so too. Yeah.
It's because he's in this one town. Okay, we're imagining we're in the town of the setting of the show. I think that's where we'll go from here. Then yeah, I think the possibility is high. Actually, it's like medium. Because again, you have to really get his interest. You have to kind of do all these illusions. I feel like he fucks around, but he's the type who like he'll fuck around and then he'll get fucked by one dude, and you're just like, damn, maybe we could be together. my boyfriend who? What's up?
Yeah.
I think you are getting abandoned after like one night. That is the thing.
Yes. You can't catch feelings.
Yeah.
I think is the thing here.
He's the one that catches feelings, not you.
Will he though?
I mean, if my pussy's tight enough.
I guess. I'm gonna say it is a 50-50 shot.
I thought you were going to give him a 50. I was like, well, that's not how the scale works.
A 50 out of 10, and we just have to do it.
I don't make the rules. I just make the rules.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. I think it's 50-50 if you're a little freak.
Yeah. All right. So with this 50-50 answer, what's the numbers y'all thinking?
What do you think?
I asked you.
It's 5.
It's a 5.
Oh, okay. 6, because fuck you.
Sure.
Turn around. All right.
So then we go to attractiveness. How attractive Olrox is? 10.
10.
That's a 10.
He turns into a fucking dragon, everybody. What do you want?
That puts it over the top for me, because I'm just like,
even his
man.
base form
I don't
is
know,
hot.
but as a dragon? Ooh.
As a dragon.
Ooh.
Olrox can't be cis, you know?
I just like no way, right?
There's no way. There's no way. That's a non-binary person right there. We gotta get there. Attractiveness, easy. Audacity, how audacious it is to fuck Olrox. I think it's pretty audacious.
Yeah.
He's a 250-year-old Aztec magic vampire. That's a dragon.
It's pretty audacious.
I feel like when I put that string of words together, it kind of like cements something here.
Yeah. Especially if you're thinking about the time frame during the French Revolution, you're gonna do this. That's a lot.
Which?
For fucking
they just burned Joan of Arc, I think.
Do they?
Joan of Arc? No, Joan of Arc is before, but not that far before the French Revolution.
Really?
I thought so. I don't know.
No, I feel like Joan of Arc is like this mythical person. What? No, okay, no. You're giving me a second. You're giving me 1 second. You're giving me 1 second.
Go for it.
Joan of Arc was so long in the past that she's been mythologized to the people of France.
Oh, no, you're right. You are absolutely correct.
Yeah. No, this fucking laughter things. Oh, she's not real. She's not real. I'm not imagining women.
This was long ago. This was long ago.
So I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Joan of Arc was alive in the 1400s, and the French Revolution was the 1700s.
Yeah, that was way.
I was just wrong.
And yet we were all laughing at Claire.
Different time.
We were all laughing at Claire. But so I think it's pretty audacious, especially since he's currently working to bring out the Vampire Messiah, which is a whole other side plot here.
He has to play sides a little bit so he can save his ass. Like, he considers his place in society and making sure that he's like getting good.
Yeah, he's like, I got invited here. Let's see what's up, and then sees what's up. He's like, oh no, this would just be bad. I love this philosophy of his of like, I saw the conquistadors come to the shore and slaughter my people under the falsehoods of like gods and kings. Why the fuck would I bow to a god again? Like,
Yeah.
And I think that goes so fucking hard. That is just a fucking, that is, that's so good. Audacity. I'm going to give this a 6. Actually, no, I'm going to give this a 7. Reason being, it's hard to do, but he fucks. We've canonically seen him fuck.
He has the standards though. Like,
I'll just be his standard. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, of course,
yeah.
sure.
Just fucking grow up.
If Olrox had to kill my mom because my mom killed his lover, I get it. I would understand that for sure. But if he has vendettas that long, I feel like it has to be a 4.
I would just say we're just moving past that part right there. As a child, if I saw my mom slaughtered in front of me by a giant fucking magic dragon, I'm just gonna be like, yo, cool, my man.
If my mom hurt that person, like killed that person's lover, like eye for an eye, like what am I supposed to do? That was my mom's business.
Even if the lover was also a vampire and they were eating people.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
man's got to eat. I don't know.
Y'all,
I think it's a 5 for me.
I'm not fucking doing
5.
all this. I'm not fucking.
I think it's 5.
All right. Finally, parental approval. Would our Christian immigrant parents approve of bringing Olrox home?
He can make it. He can make it work.
Oh, he can make it work.
He can make it work.
He can make it work. He can trick my parents.
That's an 8 amount.
First of all, I'm bringing a Latino. I'm bringing a Latin person home. My parents are immediately happy that they're not white. So we finally have some positive representation. They'd be mad that I'm gay, but
Curbing it a little bit, just like just a little.
But they'd be proud that it's the Latino. So it works out for me, I guess, in the long run of things. I'll give this a 9.
Dress like dresses up well, like is like gentlemanly or whatever, and also we could, I guess, say involved in politics, connected. I mean, that's a decent 8.
I think my parents would be confused.
Right.
I
Absolutely.
think they'd be very confused.
From what we understand of them now.
But that's not my track record. So I think Olrox does not fit any of what my parents understand about me. You just have to be like,
no. This is a man, but like,
but in a dragon way. So it's not the same. So I think it would be fine. I just think it would take a little bit more warming up to than some other people I might bring home. So they're like looking at it would be like a 7.
They're like looking at a photo of like your exes and then looking at Olrox being like,
But the upgrade.
So that's
the upgrade in quality.
It is, they would be confused, but I think it'd be a 7 because I don't think there'd be any problems. I just think that they'd be like, "Are you sure? Is this a joke?"
Dad, listen, he slings that bussy so fucking hard.
You and I, Dad, we have such a warm and welcoming sexual understanding of our lives, and thank you so much for for us to be able to have candid conversations like this about our reproductive health. When are you getting your vasectomy?
I had it years ago.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we got all the numbers, so I think it's time for us to take a little blood break and pause for math.
Well. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. Just in time for Halloween as well. I'm here to shout out some of our Ko-fi supporters and give you a little bit of information on where you can find us and how you can support us. That sound good? Great. First of all, thank you to everybody that's been supporting us on Ko-fi throughout our break. That's Gwendolyn, Emilia G, Chris Chan J, Daydori, Akima, Bunhun, and Zombie Fighter 89. Thank you all so much. All of you Ko-fi supporters right now can go to our Ko-fi and listen to the outtakes that didn't make it into the episode. For those of you that aren't a member on our Ko-fi, but you want to get an idea of what that sounds like, listen until after the music at the end of our episode, and you can get a bit of an idea of what our dysfunction sounds like. At any time, you can head over to ko-fi.com/monsterloverpod. Our tiers start at $3 a month. That is only for the raddest of monster fuckers. As a note, you don't have to give anything. We just use the money to help with emergencies or saving up for small equipment upgrades. And we are endlessly grateful for everyone that does give anything. Seriously. Thank you so much. Next, you can find us on the platform formerly known as Twitter at MonsterLoverPod. The thirst only continues there with down bad posts and a lot of retweeted art. Oh my god, there are so many talented artists out there, and I just get to eat all of their talent up. It's great. Come join us. Lastly, you can support us by rating us on Spotify, mobile specifically, leaving a review on Apple Podcasts, or telling your friends about the show. We want to grow the show, and we need your help to do that. But that's all from me. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
All right, now that we're back from our blood break, Joe, tell us what's the scores?
All right. So for Cleric, Olrox overall for you is an 8.
Yes.
Big ol' 8. And for Joe and Gwen, similarly, we got a 6.8. But altogether, Olrox got a 7.2.
That's good.
That's good.
I think that puts him close to the top 10 slots.
I believe so.
You know, so I'll take it. I'll take a top 10er with it.
Well deserved.
Anyways, now that we're done with the auspicious is with an A. Damn. Yeah, we're done with Olrox. Who wants to go?
Opulent.
Opulent. That would be good.
Opulent's
Okay, wait.
good. Yeah.
Opulent Olrox. Now that we're done with the opulent Olrox, it's time for Gwen to start talking about her vampire.
So I did in fact bring a vampire today. And I think on
Did
the
you?
flip
I didn't know.
side,
I had no idea.
I think on the flip side, we're gonna get a little silly. And the vampire that I have brought to you today is a one that has been ruling the Rule 34 for almost a decade now, and that is Marceline Abadir.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Please help us welcome our next contestant to the stage.
Marceline the Vampire Queen is a half-demon, half-vampire in the land of U who acquired her title by killing the Vampire King, getting bitten in the process of hunting vampires to extinction. She is characterized by her gray skin and long black hair, her appetite for the color red, the ability to shapeshift into demonic forms, perpetually floating above the ground, and an abrasive attitude, masking a deep love for those around her, none more beloved than Princess Bonnabelle Bubblegum. Yeah, so Marceline is a bass player with daddy issues, and that's kind of it that I did. The vampire part's just kind of supplemental.
Yeah, because she like is a demon. And then
She is Joe OC. Joe is a baby OC, like every single dream, you know?
demon bitten by a vampire who plays the bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is literally it. And if that were a person, how could I say no? Absolutely not. It's easy. That's easy for me.
Yeah.
Bisexual problem,
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very true. I think she is great. Has some solid outfits. We also saw her recently. And again, I guess this is more spoilers for fucking Fiona and Cake. If you haven't seen that.
topical.
We saw her be in her. Well, okay. Before I get into that, we see her in the regular show. I think it's super like kind, like
No,
funny.
it's Adventure Time.
You did say regular show, I guess.
Hey, Kes, can I talk to you real quick? Hey, Kes, real quick. Everyone else, can you meet up? Can you just cover your ears real quick? Just Kes, can we have a quick conversation? Kes, I want you to fucking delete Gwen's audio. What the fuck is going on? we can't keep. I'm so close to firing her. All right. So if she does it again, mute it, delete it. All right. Okay. Let's get back into it. Anyways, in the Adventure Time, we see. So in Adventure Time, we see her as like very fun, very like she has like is kind, still helps out, but still has a very like a mischievous, friendly friendly side of her. And then we see her in like Fiona Cake, and what happens if she like sided with the Vampire King? Bitch is ruthless.
Yeah, like either way, we do have to, I think, remember Marceline is a very temperamental vampire person, just in general.
Yeah, it is scary. Honestly, it's a little scary because like the fact that she is half demon is a huge factor in that, because yeah, she drinks the color red. That is less of a problem than someone needing to drink your blood all the time. Yeah. However, the demon part gives her the ability to suck someone's soul out of their body.
Oh baby. Oh. I'm rubbing my hands together. I'm saying, yes, ma'am. That's
You're gross.
Yo, I'm going to heaven real quick.
Like,
I was waiting for someone to say.
It is appealing in some aspects, depending on how much you want to stay in the mortal coil.
Yeah. Because hell in Adventure Time sucks.
Yeah,
the underworld blows.
That big line.
Well, no. So, I mean, kind of. The Nightosphere is just a different dimension in the show. Mm-hmm. Hell, everyone dies. Everyone just goes to, like, the dead worlds when they die, no matter how good or... Like, there's levels to it. Like, the shittier you are, like, Wyatt is in the bottomest layer. But there's, like, 50 dead worlds or some shit like that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Depends on what you did in life. So, if you feel like you deserve a good spot in the underworld, then maybe it doesn't matter. You can just be like, babe, hit the switch. It's like just have one last suck.
It's like, hey, Marceline, I love you, and I think I've just given all my money to charity. Can you suck my dick and the soul out of my penis?
Why is that the setup? Why do you need to die after all your money's gone and you gave it to a good cause? What is
the
this?
most actual, like, devastating thing that happens to people?
That is deeply funny.
Just suck my dick this once.
One more time. I want it to be the last one. I want to go out on a high note.
This is it. My symphony.
Your dick can no longer be read.
Oh, fucking Christ, I'm crying. But what is appealing? What appealed mostly to you, Gwen, about Marceline? Because we've talked a little bit about her general vibes, but what specifically made her your favorite?
Well, I'm a sucker for musicians personally. That is a personal thing for me. You play any instrument, and I'm just like, okay, I'm into that. You play music, that's good. You sing, fantastic. I want to hear it, actually. Also, I think the thing is that she is a layered character. Mm-hmm. She is very abrasive. She is very temperamental. She has a lot of thoughts and opinions, and she's very loud about them. She also very deeply cares about the people around her, whether she is openly admitting it or not. And if I can be in any kind of relationship with a monster where I'm just like, okay, we can actually be this is beyond just fucking.
Yeah,
we can actually have an established relationship. That's cool to me, and I do appreciate about that in her character, even if it might be tumultuous. As we have seen, it took her thousands of years to have a stable relationship with a singular person, so it would be a lot of work.
And even then, we saw that it wasn't always that great. I mean, the Adventure Time, the Distant Lands, that one. She literally sings an entire song about how much she hates her girlfriend at the time, and then has to play it constantly. to put a monster to sleep, and then she's just awkwardly staring.
Yeah, they did work through it, luckily, but yeah,
that shit is funny. Just let me play this song about how much I fucking hated you for 6 months. Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah, the back and forth. After that general overview, I think it's a good time to jump into the scale.
Scale, sure. Do you want to take the lead on this one, Gwen?
Possibility. How possible do you think it is? Considering, I guess, Adventure Time?
Yeah, if we were in the land of Ooh, yeah.
If we're in the land of Ooh. How possible do you think it is?
If I feel like if Finn has friends, we can fathomably have friends, you know?
Yeah. I think so. If we're considering,
if this shitty child and his shitty dog, that is a man, and they were brothers, then my brother can be a dog and I can be friends with the vampire queen.
Yeah, I mean, she's all over the place. Like she's in places. She's also a notable figure that you could potentially call upon.
She has. So if we're going by Adventure Time lore and everything, this technically was Earth before, blah blah blah. She's lived for thousands of years. She also lived when humans were around on Ew before they left, and she interacted with them regularly while the vampires were killing them all. She's regularly interacted with them. She helped them out. She had friends who were there, who were humans before. If we're going by any of the point in that timeline, it's possible. So I'm gonna give this a high rating. And she dates. We've seen it. We've seen it on the show. So
she tries.
She attempts. I'm gonna give this an 8. I think 8 is a solid thing. I think she's also, again, a vampire queen, half demon, who's probably be like, damn, that's crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna go like, what are you? Your dog is weird. Anyways. So
I think an 8 feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 feels good.
All right, triple 8s. What's the next one?
That's a good question. Is it the A or the
attractiveness?
Attractive.
I mean, for me, I already told you that she ticks a lot of boxes for me.
Yeah. Very fair. She is a goth girl's dream.
Tsundere girlfriend, definitely. Yeah. I don't remember anymore.
Okay. She's got like a bat. She's got an axe. She's got a fucking axe base, which is cool. She's got a whole vibes.
And she can transform into multiple different giant demonic forms.
That is true.
Okay, yeah.
Everything changes up. I think if we gave Olrox a 10, I'm willing to give it a second 10. At least a 9.5.
I'm gonna go 8.
Okay. That's fair.
I think the Adventure Time art style does not lend itself to like a sexy, like a character, you know?
That's valid. That's actually, I was thinking the same thing.
So true.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and obviously, but if you like see like fucking the cosplayers, the people that like breathe life into Marceline in different ways, and also all the music. Like I love Olivia Olson. Like I love her voice and her singing voice and everything. But I don't know. I think
it's fair. I was also considering the art style because we're going from there and we're in that world. It's not as hot as Olrox, who is objectively like they
did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every artist was bricked up while fucking drawing Olrox. I'm gonna follow your lead. Maybe not a 10. I will put it at a 9 though, because I do like the goth girl aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like it's a 9 for me as well, but for the reason being like, because in my brain I just like translate like I would not see in that art style, even though it does influence that. For me, it's the fact that it would definitely be some work. There's definitely some emotional vulnerability that is not there.
Yeah.
That needs to be. That's gonna have to get teased out. And I think it's gonna be abrasive if you want to put in the work, and that is a little rough for me. Other than that, ticks all the boxes. That's a 9 for me.
Fair enough. Audacity. How audacious it is to fuck the vampire queen of Ooh.
Enough audacity to like kind of go alongside Finn's own audacity. Like,
yeah. I will also say she dates a regular dude. He's a wizard.
oh yeah, that's right.
So
It's like Jared, Seth, or something.
Ash.
Like,
The name is Ash.
Ash.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
at one point, I think it's more audacious at this point because she's basically forever life partners with another immortal
Oh, that's
person.
true. Yeah.
We're getting them on one of their downswings. She's free right now.
Oh my god.
Dude, that doesn't, hey, that situationship is still forever. It doesn't matter what their relationship status is. You got to deal with that.
Damn, you're fucking hitting it, and then she's just like, I'm thinking about bubblegum right now. What the fuck?
Literally.
A wad of gum is better than me? That's crazy. I didn't know. Hubba bubba. Fuck out of here.
It's a little audacious.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
Because I think no matter what point in time you are trying to hit her up, she's either at like her worst in like her personal worst, or she is at her personal best and she is in a committed relationship.
True. So what do you put a number to that feeling?
Oh man,
I need to look at my other thing.
I want to give it almost like an 8.5.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
I'll go 7.
I will go 7 as well. I think that's fair. I think 7 is around where, because it's possible to date, but finally, parental approval. Would our Christian immigrant parents approve of this vampire coming in? The answer will surprise you. No.
Demon queen, vampire queen.
It's brujeria, santeria.
Axe.
Yeah, my parents would not be surprised. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, this tracks.
Yeah.
You know what?
Olrox is gone. Marceline comes in, and they're like, you know what?
Like,
This makes sense.
I'm familiar with this.
Yeah, I think honestly, it would probably. Honestly, no. Now that I'm thinking about it, my brother's dating a goth girl. It would probably be 8. It would probably be like a 10. Yeah, my parents probably wouldn't bat an eye.
I think for me, it would probably be closer to a 6. The reason being, I don't think my parents, they would see a goth girl and be like, ay, ¿qué eso? Es una santería, es una bruja, ¿qué eso? And they would hate that. For translation, they'd say that she's a witch. And they'd be like, what is that? She has tattoos. And I'm like, no. They would just be like, if you like her. I'm like, but don't.
Oh no.
Oh, not that.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna go 6 as well.
all right. You got a reason for that?
Oh, like I don't think she would be able to like hide herself, like rightfully so, like away from like her personality and her forms and what she needs to like survive and be comfortable. She levitates, like.
Yeah. I feel like
That
my
is
parents would
true.
say something and then she'd get upset and transform in the middle of the table and just like, fuck.
So
Yeah.
true. Actually, I am gonna dock a point and put it down to a 9 because she doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
What does she do? She's a musician, mom.
She's a musician. Does she get paid to do it? No, she just likes it.
It's trust fund though.
Trust fund baby. Anyways, it's time. We got our numbers. Time to cement it into the finality of life. Time to meet the finale of where we are in life, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, pause for math. Time to get mathematical. And Joe, tell us the scores.
So for Marceline, cleric, that is a 7.5 for you, a 7.3 for me, and a whopping 8.6 for Gwen, which gives Marceline a very good 7.8.
That's some bullshit.
Ooh.
Fuck out of here.
Woohoo!
That's so stupid. Olrox gets lower than Mark. Damn.
That's pretty good.
I feel like there was bias.
She's more fun. She's
This
more
show
viable.
is so stupid.
So much
Such a
bias
dumb
here.
show. Such a
This
dumb
is
show.
a dumb show. It's a dumb fucking show. Thank you all for listening to this dumb fucking show.
Yeah. Sometimes women, and that's it.
That's it.
That's valid. All right. Well, the magnanimous Marceline is done and over with. Joe, it's time for you to round out the episode. If you pull out Cookie Run one more fucking time while we record, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'm present. I'm present.
We're not even allowed to have phones.
I will be bringing sort of a not a new thing, more of a classic. I would probably call Marceline like a classic, like a current media representation, but like more in the 90s, we get like Interview with a Vampire. We are getting like at some point, we're getting not at some point, before all of the like more glamorous representations of vampires, we had this vampire in particular, and that is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula became a vampire when he desecrated a chapel after his wife was denied entry into heaven. Piercing his sword into a stone cross, he drank the blood that came from it, granting him the unholy eternal life. Renouncing God and his own humanity, he now makes the time to enthusiastically cuckold Keanu Reeves and turn into a wolfman.
What? What?
So, have y'all seen 1992's Bram Stoker's 1992 Dracula film at all?
No.
That's totally fine. I think the more notable, like, wish that were me, like, image set on like Twitter is like a woman getting railed by Dracula as a wolfman in the movie. So there are definitely like iconic figures and like pieces here. We have Gary Oldman, Anthony Hopkins, Winona Ryder, and Keanu Reeves, obviously, all making like a very campy, weird, fucked up movie that doesn't really make any sense. The transitions are strange, but it's so do y'all know about Dracula's 3 wives? Like there's like the image of like these 3 sexy women like all over Keanu Reeves, and he looks like this, he looks boyish and like confused. Like we're getting some great stills from Bram Stoker's 1992 Dracula. Like we're not the whole of it, you know, whatever. That being said, I know we're not getting we're not getting attractiveness points. This is Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman has some interesting outfits, interesting hair. But we are introduced to Vlad Tepes in Tarkovishta, you know, coming in, and his wife, who is portrayed by Winona Ryder, has committed suicide because of a false report that he died in battle. And when he came to this chapel where his wife died, the priests that were there were telling him, dude, you got to get over it because she's not going to heaven for doing that. So rightfully, I feel like if you are being told that like there was a false report that made your wife kill herself, and then, you know, that she wasn't going to heaven right after, or it's like seconds after she died, that you found her dead body, I think you would then stab your sword through a stone cross, drink the blood from it, and demand that this blood from the cross give you life, and you become a vampire. You become like the progenitor vampire.
Yeah, logical next steps.
It's like it's completely logical. Wife guys, you know, we need to take care of them. We need to make sure that they have their wife. And when you don't have their wife, then you are stalking Winona Ryder's character because she looks like you think that Winona Ryder was reincarnated, basically. So this Dracula, lots of baggage, lots of historical things going on. Kind of, who knows if it's actually worth the risk, but how hard does it go that he just decided to drink the blood from a cross and renounce God and cuckold Keanu Reeves?
Shout out to cuckolding, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Do you have a comment on cuckoldry?
I don't really got to get into it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Anyway,
you gotta give points for the tortured soul aspects of becoming a monster because of choosing to become a monster because of things that you have been taken from you, things that have been taken from you. Gotta say that goes hard.
Yeah, and this is a version of Dracula with many forms, like can fly, can turn into a wolfman, can turn into a bat, can change appearances, no problem. And other vampires, like there's probably like less of the transformations that they can really get into, but this is the guy that like was able to create his own magic, create his own understanding of himself. And in any situation where you were dating fucking a literal like legend who renounced God and like got something out of that, who are you gonna end up being in this situation? You know,
you are just a guy at this point.
You're just a dude.
So I think in this situation, if we were the reincarnated version of Dracula's wife, from her death in Targovishte, I guess would we have common sense and maybe not approach that, or would we be like, shit, see, I'm gonna lean into the brainworms that he's giving me?
That's a personal choice there, you know.
Yes.
Personally, no. I'm not. If
I'm bored and still unemployed in like a month,
Oh, we're talking about if it's us. I thought we were talking about if we were like Ramona Ryder, just like married and all that kind of stuff. I was about to be like,
yeah.
I don't know.
If we were in that, if it was us,
if Dracula came up to me and was like, we used to be sweet lovers, I'm gonna be like, dog, I just wiped pizza crust off my fucking chest. Let's slow our roll here, King.
I'm eating food in bed.
I've just walked in the rain while eating pizza, and the pizza was getting soggy while I was walking. Let's fucking slow our roll here, King.
I don't know. I mean, if somebody came up to me and was talking like, hey, I need you to be the air that breathes life back into my lungs, I might be interested. So
I
mean, that kind of goes hard.
You could at some point when you have been captured and taken back to, you know, London.
Captured. You really skipped a part here.
I think you'll fall in love with him and also be able to live with the three other wives that he has that eat
Stockholm
babies.
syndrome.
You just described Stockholm syndrome. But
the wives eat babies.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And then turns into a wolf man.
You skipped so many steps here. You went from I'm the reincarnated version of his wife to I'm watching grown women eat babies while I've been kidnapped in fucking London. That's not the point, Joe. It's the impliedness of it all.
The implication.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on.
We'll go to step into it. When did you have a thing?
Well, okay. My thought was, okay, like, well, we don't necessarily have to live out the exact events of the movie, of the story, right? So, like, maybe there is a scenario in which you were not immediately taken from your home and thrown in a castle. Perhaps if you are actually into what's going on, you could just leave willingly.
That doesn't change the baby eating wives. So I'm gonna be real here. Even if I go with you and
a woman has a hobby.
What hobby is that?
God forbid women do anything.
God forbid.
Because here's the thing: even if I go with you willingly and I enter your castle and I see 5 wives, like, okay, cool, polyamory, we're into it, whatever. And I think it was like dinner is served with Fisher Price next to me. I'm gonna feel some type of way.
I mean, you don't have to eat them.
Don't all fucking look at me like I'm the weirdo here.
The thing with possibility is that he can levitate, he can fly, he can travel. He literally he goes in the movie at the very least. He has multiple properties from Transylvania, Romania, and
so he's a landlord.
What? No, he owns them. He doesn't rent
he's
them.
a guy with castles. He has real estate in London, which is where other vampires are able to carry out like other unholy undead deeds and whatever.
I'm hearing landlord.
But they don't pay rent. They just do fucked up shit there.
He provides like free lodging for vampires.
All right, I'll take it back.
Generous.
I'll take it back.
Generous.
Yeah. I'm glad he's generous in that one regard. Let's go back to the other things he does of kidnapping. Well,
hey, I mean, if he's willing to come to you, I think that's at least a solid. That's like a 7.5.
You're fucking joking. You're fucking joking. 7.5.
This is with the caveat that you do at least look like his dead wife.
He has to just believe.
What? 3. I'm not having this comment. 3.
Maybe if you did enough research on his dead wife and you could just kind of like be like her and he'll show up.
Yeah.
I think that's possible.
Why do I have to change who I am to be with Gary Oldman?
If you want it. I think it's like, I don't think it's that high, to be honest, for that reason. So I will say like a 4, but like it's possible.
A fucking
It sounds like work.
7.5.
It sounds like work.
All right. Whatever. Attractiveness. I want to hear your answer, Joe. I want to hear your specific answer for this. How hot is this monster, Joe?
Not hot. It is definitely not hot. The costuming abilities, the makeup design, that was the effects that they were able to do in 1992 were very interesting. And given that like Gary Oldman was like, I think old as shit, like during 1992, if we,
Ain't no fucking way. Hold up. I just looked up a picture of this motherfucker. This is disgusting. He looks like a fucking tobacco salesman.
Yeah, that's like his like young, approachable look that he
looks like goth Willy Wonka.
Oh, the one thing about him though is that he can walk in like the daylight.
That's
cool.
possible.
That doesn't change the fact that he looks like Colonel Sanders did a dye job. I'm not fucking what?
Did a dye job, honestly. Yeah, he's very edgy, and attractiveness wise, I think it's just going to be. I think it will depend. I think it's going to be like a 5.5.
Hold up. There's another picture of him. Give me a second. This is also Dracula. He's old. He looks like Emperor Palpatine. What the fuck?
Who's?
Oh wait, no, that's Bill Bloom. Okay, different vampire. Different.
I think
Gary
that's like a
Oldman.
Priest. Different Gary Oldman.
No, it's still Gary
Oldman.
No, it's still Gary Oldman. It's this is Dracula. This your man's? Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm putting a picture of this shit in the chat, everybody. So hold up 1 second.
I'm looking. I've been looking the whole time. I need context.
This your man's?
Gary Oldman was put in a lot of costume effects. The range is very like cool.
Yeah, but this is cool.
Costuming was
this is it.
I said it's a 5.5 cool with because you'll never know what you get at that point.
There's a lot of transformations happening.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, that was fair. I think I also have to be a 2 just for personal preferences. The transformations, but I am gonna put it at 3 actually. Gonna put it at 3 because there are transformations and I do like that.
Keeps things interesting.
It keeps things interesting. I will give a full point above a 2 for that.
All right. Cool. Audacity. How audacious it is. And Joe, I really want to hear your answer.
Absolutely. This is like the progenitor vampire, renounced god, got undeath out of it. But he is approachable. He has accountants and people that rely on him. He creates jobs and he creates lodging.
Job creation?
It's not unfathomable that he has it has maybe like one interaction with you where you don't die. So I'll give it a 2.
talking to you is so difficult sometimes. You know that?
You had that, and it comes down to it.
We literally just talked. We had this whole big fucking discussion of like baby eating wives. He's kidnapped you, and then you're like, he does well for the economy, so I guess it's fucking good for me.
Baby eating wives is part of why this is good for me.
Break that down. No, we're not moving past this. Break that down.
I don't have to. I don't
yes,
think
you
I
do.
have to.
I'm begging you, please.
What's your audacity score?
You are 1.5. 0.5.
Not 0.5. Not 0.5. I mean, it has to be. I mean, it's gotta be. It's gotta be low. It's gotta be like a 1. It feels dangerous, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if you're not a vampire, your chances of leaving unscathed are skim
to none, unless you're the reincarnation of his wife.
I think the chances are low. I think that's like a 1. Yeah.
So, parental approval. Would our Christian immigrant parents approve if Bram Stoker's Dracula pulled up to dinner?
Here's the thing.
I hate talking to you.
He used to be a big Christian before all of the God renouncing. And as long as my parents don't, for whatever reason, make him mad about whatever, and that he doesn't sick his baby eating wives at them, he can transform. He can look like a tobacco salesman with a top hat with like little shitty little glasses. I think there's a solid chance, but I'll give it a 4.5.
Now, I brought this up before, but to reiterate, my mom is Jewish, and vampires in Jewish history is a little shaky. We don't need to get into all that. I think the problem with this is that my parents are going to look at this man and immediately assume that I am in danger.
You are. You would be.
They would be correct.
Yeah. Divorced from being a vampire, they're going to assume that I am being held hostage.
You are, technically.
Kind of. And I do anticipate quite a bit of pushback from just the way that this man presents himself, regardless of what form he is in. So I am probably gonna have to put that at probably like it's probably a 2.
What are we doing here? We're just
that's a low score.
Low score.
No, it's a low score. I'm just thinking in general of this man. Every picture you've sent, Joe, of this character is not making this situation better. And I feel like you glossed over a lot of things that we should probably address. But, you know, future times, future things. 1.
Sounds good.
He is so ugly. And I feel like he would say 2 things to my parents would be like, "Hi, crusty white man, how are you?"
Yeah, he'd say, "Good
Hi,
evening."
crusty crab.
He's like, "Good evening," and then my parents would be like, "Okay, hi, what are you doing? What are you doing with our son?" He's like, "I don't like that question. Snap your neck." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I feel like he'll fly off the handle for anything. He's like,
and that's just another Tuesday.
My wife doesn't need parents. Like, what? I'm what?
I'm your what?
You kidnapped me Tuesday.
Today.
Yeah.
And then you said, "I want to meet your parents," and then murdered them. Wowzers.
Well, we have the numbers. Why don't we pause for some math?
All right, Joe. What is the scores for this guy?
So for Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992.
You're saying that with too much enthusiasm.
Cleric, you got a 1.6. Understandable.
Yeah.
Completely understandable. For me, a very delusional, handsome 4.9.
Delusional?
And for Gwen, a very understandable 2.5. Which gives Dracula a very satisfying 3 altogether.
This is a stupid fucking scale.
That's a low score.
Compared to some of our others who are in the 1 situations, like 3s is right next to like a Monster Camp character. It's Bram Stoker's fucking Dracula. It's kind of wild.
I don't know. Sometimes it's the classics. They got the sauce, you know. Sometimes
They got the sauce.
They got the sauce.
Just like it's the OG. Everything else comes after.
All right, whatever. If it works, it works. I'm still glad about our number one bottom pick.
Our producer says that Dracula has gotten above Lynetta, the girl, Cthulhu, but girl. And I think that's fair. I think vampires are much more approachable than eldritch creatures are, by and large.
Fair.
All right, that's a thought. But Joe, can you read out the scores for this episode?
For our loser today, that will be Bram Stoker's Dracula at a 3.
He's just a weirdo. He's just a weirdo.
He's just a little weirdo. He's been alive for far too long. Our second place winner is Olrox at a 7.2.
That's such a wild jump from 3 to fucking 7. That is wild, Loki.
And then our winner today, honestly, no doubts about it. We have Marceline at a 7.8. So congratulations to Gwen for winning this episode.
Is that girl?
She is it.
And she's always
for
been.
For decade.
And she's a girl. Like, there are really not many female vampires that get to like live long enough and like get to be happy and successful and complicated. Just a thing.
We love that for her.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, with that, we got 1 episode down. We're back. Are finished. We're good. We are returned. We have a whole lot of things that have been piling up on the side that we were supposed to be doing for recording these episodes, and we just didn't do it. And now look at us. We're back in it. Joe, how are we all feeling about this return?
I'm wondering what the Halloween event will be for Cookie Run. I hope it's good. This is a vampire cookie. I should have brought vampire cookie.
I'm not fucking a cookie, Joe. I'm not fucking a cookie.
Do you want ants? That's how I get ants.
That thing is gonna crumble. We'll put it. Actually, it's a quick side tangent. I don't know if we'll put this in the episode or not. An artist made all the Cookie Run characters sexy. Gave them all like big ass titties and fucking schlongers and shit like that. And I was just like, damn, maybe I'll play Cookie Run again.
They don't look like that.
Yeah, but then I can shit. I'd act out if the cookie looked like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Gwen, how do you feel about being on the show? I know you said being back on the show.
Yeah, it's delightful. I had a great time. Love bringing things to the table.
Yeah. It's a bit unexpected for you to be here, but here we are. So with that, everybody, we're going to hit our... we're going to go suck some blood and try not to get kidnapped by Bram Stoker, which is more difficult than it seems.
Bram Stoker isn't the problem. It's Dracula. Bram Stoker's...
Then why is his name in the front?
It's to distinguish which fucking Dracula it is.
His name shouldn't be in the front if it isn't his thing. But anyways, we're going to go avoid getting kidnapped and eating baby wives. So for all of us, it's time for us to hit us with a big solid bye.
Scale inadequate, unfocused, distasteful jokes. Not unified in discussion. Not looking good. We'll see.
Your hilarious hosts have been Cleric at Cleric_34 and Josephine at Scary Dog Friend. Today's editor has been me, Kez. Character designs are by Ribby at Art by Ribby. And thank you Gwendolyn Kelly at Glitchy Pixie for our marketing strategy. Our intro and outro song is Fiction/Reality by Hip! No Sister. Find us everywhere under the name Monster Lover Pod. Until next time, monster fuckers.
Please don't forget me by my
I like my piss with a couple of blocks of ice, if you could.
Oh, I don't like it because I don't like ice in mine because it waters it down.
Oh, you're so true, so true. Make sure it's brown. The brownest piss you have.
Everyone go do it.
Oh, if you insist.